Hello everyone, welcome to the United Talk updates. Let's see what will happen if Ruben Amorim is sacked. This implies three things. Ruben Amorim is under threat. His job as Manchester United manager is not secure. If he is sacked, the club may not immediately appoint a permanent replacement. Instead, United might choose a caretaker, a short-term manager, likely internal or known to the club. And this caretaker is reportedly highly rated. In media parlance, that kind of headline signals speculation. It's not a confirmed decision, but rather a possibility floated by insiders, pundits, or emerging leaks. The rest of the article, or the context around it, would usually offer potential names, reasoning for choosing a caretaker instead of a full manager, and assess the risks and benefits. To make sense of it, we need to dive into the current status of Amorim at United, what makes a caretaker highly rated, who might fill that role, and why the club could lean that way. The background, why Amorim's job is under pressure. Any speculation about a manager being sacked has to rest on context. Here's what's relevant for Amorim and Manchester United. Amorim's record so far. Amorim was appointed Manchester United's head coach in November 2024, under a contract running until 2027. His track record. Under his tenure, United have had disappointing outcomes, with a low win rate, difficulty achieving back-to-back wins, and some poor results in cups and league. At times, the club has been heavily criticised for tactical inconsistency, failure to adapt, and poor results in key matches. Because of these issues, calls for a managerial change have surfaced, and media outlets are actively speculating on what would come next. Financial/contractual constraints. Amorim's contract reportedly includes a £12 million compensation clause if he is dismissed before a certain date, specifically before his first anniversary at the club. There is thus a financial disincentive to sack him too early, making the club or board less willing to pull the trigger hastily. Some articles suggest the board might wait until early November 2025, i.e. after the first anniversary, to reduce the financial hit. All of this raises the bar. If Amorim is to be dismissed, the decision will likely be carefully timed, and the replacement plan must be thought through to avoid chaos. Pressures from performance, fan base, and club identity. Fans and pundits have been increasingly critical of the style of play under Amorim, especially where it seems rigid or poorly suited to the squad. The failure to deliver consistent performances in the Premier League, coupled with embarrassing cup escapes, e.g. an exit to Grimsby in the Carabao Cup, have exacerbated scrutiny. There is also internal pressure to restore Manchester United's identity and standards. Given United's stature, any managerial appointment is highly scrutinised, and the board must balance short-term results with long-term strategy. Given all that, the scenario of a managerial change is plausible in the public's mind. Who might be that highly rated caretaker? In the landscape of current speculation, a few names have repeatedly emerged in connection with Manchester United as possible interim or caretaker managers should Amorim fall. Let's run through the commonly mentioned candidates and assess their strengths, risks, and likelihood. Michael Carrick. Profile and past association. Carrick is a former United player and part of the club's legacy. This gives him instant credibility and sentimental appeal. He previously served as caretaker manager for Manchester United in late 2021, and in that short tenure earned 2 wins and a draw from 3 matches. Most recently, Carrick was managing Middlesbrough, but was sacked in June 2025. Darren Fletcher. Profile and association. Fletcher is currently working within Manchester United's youth, U. He is a former United player and retains a strong identification with the club. Oliver Glasner. Profile and institutional standing. Glasner is the current manager of Crystal Palace and has gained strong reputation as a coach with sound tactical acumen. Some pundits and ex-players consider him a risk-free choice given his experience at club level and ability to impose structure. A hypothetical narrative, how it might unfold. To bring this all to life, here's a plausible narrative timeline of how this speculation could become reality. Poor results continue. United lose or draw several successive games, fail to improve despite warnings and internal meetings. The board becomes increasingly concerned. Internal discussions and leak. The club begins exploring replacements. Among options are permanent managerial candidates and caretaker fullback choices. The name Michael Carrick, for example, leaks as the caretaker possibility, hence the media headline. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for the next updates.